Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to infuse your own oil using the burner method. I ran out of hair growth oil or my hair oil, scalp oil, so I decided to make a small batch because, see, I have some oil infusing now that takes about 6 weeks for it to infuse, but I think it has about 2 weeks left on it. So we're going to do it on the burner, and the burner method takes about 2 hours, stirring it occasionally. All right, so we're combining our herbs now, and once you get all your herbs combined and your oil inside, the ratio really is you really want to make sure that all of your herbs are covered with oil. That way they can extract all that goodness that that you're getting from those herbs out of the oil, out of the herbs into the oil we're infusing. Oh God, I'm so tongue-tied. Y'all please excuse me. Now, once we do that, we're gonna take it and we're gonna place it on the burner. Now with the burner method, you're gonna fill your pot up about half full of water and you're gonna bring it to a boil. Once you get it to that boil, you're gonna lower the heat down to a simmer, and then you're gonna place your container, your jar inside it, or if you're using a glass bowl, whatever you're using, you're gonna place it inside there. Because the goal is not to cook the oil, it's just to marry the herbs and the oil together. Let's see. And all, hey, it's okay. This is herbal. This is a herbal kitchen in a sense. Like, you're going to have spills, so that's all right. But remember, the number one goal when infusing this oil is to make sure that the oil cover all the herbs that you've placed inside the jar. And that's done, then we're ready to put it on the burner. Oh, real quick, lid. Now, let's talk about that. You don't want any moisture or any of that condensation or any of that to get inside the jar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cheesecloth as well as a lid to put on the jar to prevent water from getting inside there. You can just use the lid or you can just use the cheesecloth. It's fine, but I like to use both just to ensure that I won't get any moisture inside the jar. So now we're all set. Our water's boiling. Now we're going to take it down to a simmer. You see I turned the heat down, and now we're going to place it in there, and I'll go back and check it every 20 minutes. I set my timer. And so now that we're done, so now it's time to bottle it up. Remember to let it sit for about 20 minutes to cool off, and because you don't want to burn yourself. You don't want it to be hot. I use amber jars to store my excess as well as the oil, because with the amber jar, it'll prevent the sunlight from hitting it, and that way you won't have this oxidation process starting. And so it's a way to preserve and to protect your oil. Always store in a dark, dry place, FYI. All right, here we go. So now we're going to strain it. We're going to use the cheesecloth. You need a funnel, cheesecloth. I got my measuring cup because it's easier to just throw the cheesecloth inside the measuring cup and pour all the ingredients or the oil and the herbs inside there. And then this is where it gets a little messy because you're going to squeeze all the content of the herbs out of the jar. Out of the cheesecloth into the measuring cup so that we'll be able to jar it up. So there I go, getting everything in there. Now we're going to pick this thing up and we're going to squeeze it. Oh, I had to grab a spatula because I was trying to get all the herbs out of there, everything. I didn't want to miss nothing. It would have helped if I would have got a smaller spatula, but hey, you live, you learn. So let's squeeze this stuff out of here. There you go. Squeezing the oil out, and I'm going to pour it inside my little glass droplet. And the most important thing, once you're doing these with these oils or any of your tinctures or decoctions or whatever you're doing, you want to make sure you label this stuff because you want to know how long that it's important to label. We all know that. So just make sure that you're labeling your stuff. And with this should last about 6 months, but I'm telling you, it'll be done in probably a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks. But if you keep it in a dark space, then it should last about 6 to 8 months, I'll say. But with this little droplet, if you're using it every other day or every 3 days, then you'll be done with it in the next couple of weeks. So there we go. The excess, I'm gonna place it inside that large, that other amber jar, or I may just put it inside another droplet and give it to a friend. But yeah, let's label it and then we're all done. This is how you infuse your oil. Infuse oil in your herbs. I'm sorry. It's been a long, long night. So